Howdy guys, Bookie Laura here. Now today is a very exciting day in the Bookie Laura household because today is my son's birthday. He turned 6 years old and that is just, any day is great. If a kid is having a birthday, it's just a cracking day, Anyway, I thought it would be a cool idea to just, as he's having a birthday, as he's getting another year older, to ask him what his favourite books are at the moment. And then it would be interesting to do it every year and see how his favourite books change. So I thought I sat down with him this morning and I just said, come on, what are your favourite books? And these are the ones that he chose. And I have to be honest, they're pretty typical actually. I worried at first that he would say something ridiculous that he wasn't that into, but they are. So number one, the first book was The Very Hungry Caterpillar by Carle. This is a really well-known book. I assume that you know it well. A little caterpillar comes out of his egg and he basically spends his day munching through a whole bunch of different fruits, so apples and pears, and he's still hungry after all that, so then he munches through all the rest of the food and then goes into his cocoon and turns into a beautiful butterfly. This is a really well-known story and it's so lovely, and it's also the book, we've read this book since he was really young, and it was the first story that I ever watched him tell on his own. He sat with the book and retold the story. I think because it's so rhythmical and repetitive that it's actually a really easy story to learn and retell. And so I hope that he never gets bored of this. The second book which he chose was Kippers Visitor by Mick Inkpen. Now I don't think this is necessarily to do with this particular book, but he is a big fan of Kipper, loves him, and he's got a whole set of books which we love to read. I think, yeah, I just find him really cute, to be honest. Quite straightforward, beautiful pictures, and he loves animals. So any book about dogs is going to be pretty high on his list. Another one he gave me was The Three Billy Goats Gruff, which is a Ladybird book, as you can see. I remember really fondly the Ladybird books from when I was young, and I think they're just really accessible ways of introducing some traditional tales. I chose this one because there's no weird gender politics going on, you've just got some cool goats, and yeah, he absolutely loves it. Another book, the most surprising choice on the list was the Getting to Know Your Kitten. I have never seen him read this book, not ever. I don't even know where it came from because it's the most bizarre book in the world. However, he does love cats, he desperately wants a cat, so I think it comes from there. It's more about his love for cats and dogs than it is about the book, because he ain't never read it, but he would never let me get rid of it because he loves cats. And then another one which came up high on the list was the Paw Patrol Annual 2017. Paw Patrol is every young kid's dream, so I think it was always going to be high on the list. We get annuals, he gets an annual every year for Christmas and they're always top of the list. I must admit that I get absolutely, completely fed up reading the same stories for a whole year and more. But it's also got puzzles and things in it, and I think, yeah, I loved annuals when I was little, so I can see where he's coming from. And then finally, the final book which he chose was Kitchen Disco, which is by Claire Fuchs and Al Murphy. This was a book that was given to him by his school when he first started. I think it's the Book Trust in the UK gives books to all children on school entry, which they then take home and can read. And this was the one which we got, and he absolutely loved it. I think it helps because he is obsessed with food, but it's also got just really nice sort of rhythm and rhyme. There's a bit where it repeats regularly. There we go. Shake it like a mango, party like a pear, wiggle like an apple, hey, and dance like you don't care. It's called the Kitchen Disco and everyone's invited, so move your hips, shake your pips, and let's get all excited. So I thought it was a really interesting selection of books actually, which he chose. What I thought was the most interesting thing was that actually he has quite a lot of books up there which are considered to be the best of the best. You know, he's got the Gruffalo, he's got a whole bunch of Julia Donaldson books, and he just went straight past them all when choosing his favourites. They weren't even close. And I thought that was really interesting because I think I like Julia Donaldson books, but he clearly doesn't. And it was really interesting to see his point of view. If you've got young children, then do let me know what their favourite books are, particularly if you've got children in different countries, because I'm really interested to know if things like The Very Hungry Caterpillar. Is this a popular book the world over, or is it just a Britain thing? I would love to know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.